I need the print it here. Just check the mobile. It is on. Just check whether the connection is on. Om. Om. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. ॐ वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधो विधीयते. साधनचतुष्टयसम्पन्नाधिकारिणां मोक्षसाधनभूतं तत्त्वविवेकः प्रकारं वक्ष्यामः. साधनचतुष्टयं किं नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः इहामुत्रार्थफलभोगविरागः शमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः मुमुक्षुत्वं चेति. नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः कः नित्यवस्त्वैकं ब्रह्म तद्व्यतिरिक्तं सर्वमनित्यम् अयमेव नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः. विरागः कः इह स्वर्गभोगेषु इच्छाराहित्यं समाधिसाधनसम्पत्तिः का शमोदमौ परमस्तितीक्षा श्रद्धा समाधानं चेति. शमः कः मनोनिग्रहः दमः कः चक्षुरादिबाह्येन्द्रियनिग्रहः उपरमः कः स्वधर्मानुष्ठानमेव. तितिक्षा का शीतोष्णसुखदुःखादिसहिष्णुत्वं श्रद्धा कीदृशी गुरुवेदान्तवाक्यादिषु विश्वासश्रद्धा. समाधानं किं चित्तैकाग्रता. मुमुक्षुत्वं किं मोक्षो मे भूयादिति इच्छा. एतत् साधनचतुष्टयं ततस्तत्त्वविवेकस्याधिकारिणो भवन्ति. तत्त्वविवेकः कः आत्मा सत्यं तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्येति. आत्मा कः स्थूलसूक्ष्मकारणशरीराद्व्यतिरिक्तः पञ्चकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रयसाक्षी सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः सन् यस्तिष्ठति स आत्मा. स्थूलशरीरं किं पञ्चीकृतपञ्चमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादिभोगायतनं शरीरम् अस्ति. जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यतीति षड्विकारवदे तत्स्थूलशरीरम्. Okay. So we have seen the eligibility. Last time we have seen the eligibility criteria, the 4 Ds, which is called sadhana chatushtaya sampattihi: discrimination, dispassion, discipline and desire. Correct? And the 4 things are vivekah, vairagyah, shamadi shatka sampattihi, mumukshutvam. Out of that, what is vivekah we have seen? the ability to discriminate what is Nitya Vastu and Anitya Vastu. We have seen Vairagya, which is maturing of our desires, so that we are not bound by any desire, but we continue to do everything as it is a thing which we need to do it. That's all. We are not bound by the results. We are not interested in the results, but we have a goal while doing it. And this is called Vairagya. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi has got 6 elements in it. Shamaha, Damaha, Uparati or Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhanam. Shamaha is control of mind. Damaha is control of sense organs. Uparamaha is Swadharma Anushtanam, doing one's own duties which are there for oneself as well as for the society, so that the mind matures and grows out properly. Then 4th one is Titiksha, forbearance or patience. 5th one is Shraddha, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Shraddha. Shraddha is having a complete belief, a logic that the Shastras are like our mother. They will give us only the right thing. There is no point in doubting it, because Shastra Vishaya is called Adrishta Vastu. It is not something which is visible. It also has a lot of things which are invisible, which is called Punya and Papa. So, as the Shastras say, we should be doing the Vidhi and Nisheda. What needs to be done, we have to do. What we should not do, we should not do. And having that implicit faith, implicit belief, implicit Shraddha on the Shastras, and the teacher was also a student before. The teacher has gone through the whole thing. The teacher has understood the Shastras. The teacher knows how to reveal the Shastras to me, and hence I should never doubt my teacher. And that Shraddha on the teacher and the Shastra. Teacher is the operator of the Shastra. He unfolds the Shastra. Okay. Now, a very beautiful shloka is there for Veda Vyasa. Is called Vedabja Bhaskaram. Abja means lotus. Up means water. Ja means which is born in the water. So fish is called Abja, lotus is called Abja. Anything which is born in the water is called Abja. Here it means lotus. And how does the lotus naturally bloom? It naturally blooms only when the sun's ray fall on it. And it blooms. So the lotus which is available, unless the sun's ray fall on it, it doesn't bloom. And unless it doesn't bloom, you cannot see the beauty of the lotus. Same way the Shastras are iti guhyatamam shastram. They are completely in a, if we do not know the Shastra, it is like in a coded form. So you need someone to open it out and reveal what the Shastras have told, and hence you should never doubt whether the teacher knows it, whether the Shastra is right. The Shastra has to be right. The teacher has to know the Shastra, and with that Shraddha that the teacher will unfold the Shastra in the right way whenever it is appropriate for me, and I should patiently wait. That is why before Shraddha you have already got Titiksha. So you should have patience. You can't say, I have come today, you please teach me, I have only got 10 minutes, you please, it's a contract. Nothing will happen. Okay, so that Shraddha in the Shastras, that Shraddha in the Guru has to be there, then it will benefit. And once we have that Shraddha, because then understand one thing, anywhere you go out in the world and you talk about it, you will have many people who are going to be so-called against it because they do not know it. They will say, we are all completely of this generation, we are all highly scientific people, And if you look at our Shastras, it is highly scientific. They, without knowing it, they are saying that religion and science are two opposite directions. It is our religion, the Hinduism, where very clearly the method of understanding is by inquiry. Make an inquiry, you get an answer. From that, the next inquiry comes, and you have seen in Tattvabodha till now it is going on just with an inquiry and inquiry, only question after question, question after question. Like a small child asking, every statement is leading to the next question, and slowly, as you see, it is unfolding out, it is opening out, right? And like that, Vedabja Bhaskaram, when you say, Vyasacharya, like the sun opening out the lotus, Vyasacharya has opened out the Vedas for us. Same way the Guru will open out the Vedas for us, and we should patiently inquire, and we should completely submit and understand very clearly that it is for our good. Whatever is being done, it is only for our good. Okay, and with that mindset, with that attitude, if we approach the Shastra and the Guru, it will benefit. If we go with a doubtful approach, then nothing is going to happen to the Shastra and Guru. Please understand that. It is because of my ignorance and my quest, I reach to the Guru and I reach to the Shastra. Even without anyone reaching to them, they are more than happy to be what they are. They have no compulsion to teach. So if we have to gain something, we have to submit, और दोनों हाथ से भिक्षा लेने का, करेक्ट, और भिक्षा में जो मिला अच्छा से ग्रहण करने का, not to say ये अच्छा नहीं था, वो अच्छा नहीं था. No, whatever is right for you, you will get it. Right? Good. After that, the sixth one we saw is Samadhanam, which is Chitta Ekagrata, and we said that Samadhanam you will get it by the preferred way. One of the preferred ways is Patanjali Maharshi's Ashtanga Yoga. Correct? Yama Niyama Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, so that that mind which is completely a Chanchala Mana, Chanchalam Himana Krishna, Arjuna will tell in Bhagavad Gita, what do I do? Krishna will say that is the nature of the mind, which means what? Keep giving it some job. Don't leave it, otherwise it will keep running like a monkey. So give it some job, channelize it, and then slowly give a topic. And once you know what you should think upon, which is to be Nitya Vastu, and drop the Anitya Vastu, because Viveka you have it already. So you know what to focus on in Dhyana, and once you know that is to be done in Dhyana, the mind gets fixed on it. And once that mind gets prepared, then you get that Samadhanam or equipoised mind, a relaxed mind without any stress or attention, which is ready to get that knowledge from the teacher. So it is, these are all preparation. And at the last we said, don't forget your main goal, which is moksha. If you catch a train to Delhi, don't miss out coming back to your seat at Surat station because Vada Pav was very good. No, you will have to quickly buy that and come to your seat and don't miss the train. Correct? Mahata Punya Panyena, we said you have paid a lot of punyas to get this janma, and the only objective for any human being is to be free from this Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, the sorry go round cycle of birth and death. You have an opportunity. If you miss it out, there won't be a bigger fool than us. Okay, so we know very clearly what are the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, and after that he says, what is this tattva vivekaha? And in tattva viveka, the teacher now answers, Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithyeti. There is only one thing which is independent, which can exist, is called Atma, and the rest of the things, everything, or what we call as Anatma are all dependent on the Atma. The word Mithya should not be misunderstood. Mithya doesn't mean magic or Mithya doesn't mean mystic. No, Mithya means it is dependent on someone. It cannot have an independent existence. Okay, Mithya, be very clear. Do not, if you have any other meanings of Mithya, please drop it. From our Shastras, from Vedanta perspective, Mithya means a dependent entity. Satyam means an independent entity. Okay, good. Now the question comes, Atma tarhi kaha. So now what is this great blessed Atma? Okay, someone in between asked, I want to know Brahman, I want to know Brahman. So I just wrote back that you will get to know Brahman when the right time comes. Okay, now Nitya Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma. Do you remember in which particular shloka it is mentioned? In Vivekaha, correct? What did Viveka say? Nitya Vastu Ekam Brahma Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam. So what has the author told there? Only one Vastu which is there, which is Brahman. Correct? And intelligently, now he is going to confuse us. And I am sure you are not confused because you are very clear about it. That Viveka is there in all of you all. So you are not confused at all. What is the problem there? Perfectly no problem. Correct? What is Tattva Vivekaha did he answer? Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mithyeti. Do you understand that in one place he has used the word Brahman, in another place he has used the word Atma? So a logical question should come, why did he do that? And this is where the teachers play that chalaki role. The student very well know, we know that Chitta Ekagrata is not there, Samadhanam is not there, so we can just say anything and move away. And it is not just teachers, our Shastra does it beautifully like that. Okay. Let me give you an example. In our Shastras, in Taittiriya Upanishad, Brahmananda Valli, it starts Brahmavita apnoti param tadesha bhyukta satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyoman soshnute sarvan kaman saha brahmana vipaschiteti. Till here, what is the word used everywhere? Brahman, Brahman, Brahman. Correct? You know what is the next line? Tasmadva etasmad atmana akashas sambhutaha. The next line comes as, from Atma came Akasha. Till now you were talking of a blessed Brahman. Suddenly you are jumping to one unknown called Atma. And normally our students are never confused because they don't remember earlier it was told Brahman. They are always in present, always in the present. Mukta Purushas there. So we have no problem as teachers. Only when question comes we are stuck. Na? This is how the Shastras actually tell, because later on the Shastra will tell another name for Brahman is called Atma. See, we have nicknames, we have many names. Person being same, one person will call you Mami, other person will call you Kaki, third person will call you Aji. Did you change? No. So from one person's perspective, you become Mami. From someone else's perspective, you become Kaki. Correct? And that's how, from one perspective, it is called Brahman. From another perspective, it is called Atma. Correct? Now, we will see what it is later on. But right now, we will just take it for granted that Brahman and Atma are the same thing. There are no two different things, that is only one thing. And hence, as the Shastras can very nicely interchange them intelligently at appropriate place, they will not change it wherever they want to. There is a reason why they change it. Same way, the Acharya also in Nishloka started with Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekam, Nitya Vastuaikam Brahma, and then Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mityeti, he bought it here. Why? Earlier it was referring to everything, the whole universe. After this topic called Sadhana Chatushtayam, we are entering something called as Vyashti, or understanding what is Jivatma. Okay, we will define Jivatma later on, but understand that we are going to refer to Jivatma. And when this word Jivatma comes, now you have to be very selfish, looking at only you. You means this body, you means this mind, you means my intellect, you means your soul, everything you, nothing apart from that. So that is what is now defining the Jivatma. Right now consider that only. I am sure many people will have different ideas if you have already learned couple of things, but we have to slowly open it out for people who do not know anything. Jivatma means just me. But when I use the word Brahman, it is the same thing which is there everywhere. So the scale has now changed. So when I look at me, it is Atma, which is I call Jivatma. When I see everything, I call Paramatma, and another name Brahman. So we will keep playing with names now. Okay, scale is different. I use a magnifying glass, I get Brahman. I use a telescope, I get Jiva. Are we able to get this? The perspective is only different, but both mean the same. Okay, for example, a 0-watt bulb is a bulb, and a 400-watt bulb is also a bulb. Correct? The difference is, capability wise it is different, but both are electricity converted to light energy. Isn't it right? Exactly like that, Atma can have two, Jivatma, Paramatma, and another name for Paramatma is called Brahman. Okay, again let me give you a word of caution. People who know the topic will have to sit with a lot of patience. There are many people who are new, and for them this is how we slowly open out the topic. Good. So we come back to the text where it says Atma Satyam Tad Anyat Sarvam Mithyeti, and then the question comes, Atma Tarhi Kaha. What is this blessed Atma, for which another one Pandora boxes got opened? And that box is Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharirad Vyatiriktaha Panchakoshatitassannavasthatraya Sakshi Satchidananda Swarupas Sanyastishtati Sa Atma, for which last time I gave the meaning. Atma is something which is beyond three shariras: Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira. Okay, I will just give you word meaning here. Don't bother what it is, I didn't understand, don't tell, because everything is going to get opened out now. As I told you last time, we will get into a big detour and come back to Atma later on. To understand Atma, we have to go पूरा घूम के आना है, 360 डिग्री घूम के वापस आएंगे, मंदिर का पूरा प्रदक्षिणा होने के बाद फिर गर्भगृह में जाएंगे तो आत्मा दिखेगा. डायरेक्टली आप मंदिर का अंदर जाएंगे तो नहीं दिखेगा. तो अगर आपको मालूम पड़ना है गर्भगृह कहाँ है, तो प्रदक्षिणा मारो. अच्छा, किसका प्रदक्षिणा मारा? जिधर हम नहीं गए, अच्छा वही है गर्भगृह. जिधर हम घूम के आए वो गर्भगृह नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है? तो हम पहला गर्भगृह घूमेंगे. वी विल सी एवरीथिंग एक्सेप्ट, सॉरी, वी विल सी परिसर में पूरा जाएंगे, गर्भगृह में नहीं जाएंगे. ओके, गुड. Because that is the way you can open it out and you will appreciate it. There is no other way to open it out. That is the beauty of this system. Okay. Now, sthula sukshma karana sharirat vyatiriktaha, that which is not or beyond the gross body, you can simply write it. You may not understand anything, but simply write it. I am going to tell just the meaning and go ahead. स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीरात व्यतिरिक्तः, that which is beyond or which is not the gross body, subtle body, causal body. Don't write casual body, it is causal, C-A-U-S-A-L, causal body. Okay.
Can you repeat the three, please?
Yeah. It is Sthula, we will be seeing it many a times, don't worry, you will not miss it. Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira. Sthula Sharira equal to gross body, Sukshma Sharira equal to subtle body, and Karana Sharira equal to causal body. Then he says Panchakosha Atita Sun, that which is beyond the five sheath or koshas, sheath, sheath, that which is beyond the five sheath. And what are the five sheaths? We will see it later anyway, don't worry. But just to tell you, there are five sheaths: Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So that which is beyond these five sheaths. Then Avasthatraya Sakshi, that which is the witness of my three states of living. Three states of living does not mean Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka. It is waking state, sleep state and the dream state. And when we say sleep, it is called deep sleep state, where even dream is not there. Okay, that is that state called Sushupti. Okay, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti. And that which is a witness of all the three states, then he gives another one quality for it: Satchidananda Rupaha. It is existent, it is conscious, and it is of the pure contentment or happiness state, or Anantatvam, present everywhere. Whatever that thing is equal to Atma. Now you understand? कुछ समझा कि नहीं समझा? कुछ मुंडी तो हिलाओ. Exactly. कुछ नहीं समझा, that is why we are there. So, Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Shraddha. This sir has obviously learnt it and he will be able to explain it to us. So, this is called curtain raiser. And when you tell very confusing statements, then we know हमारा गाड़ी कम से कम एक 10 वीक के लिए चलते रहेगा अभी, क्योंकि ये सब बताना पड़ेगा ना, तो हमारा धंधा चलते रहेगा. So we teachers are expert in first creating a confusion and then solving the confusion. By that what happens? One is you learn and then you'll say, wow, what fantastic teacher. Correct? If we did not have created the confusion, this option would not have been required. But then there is no other way. Even the Shastras do the same way, because that is the only way to understand Atma. It is like telling how you know. That place which is called the Garbhagraha, is that place which is within the boundary of the temple, correct, and it is covered by another wall, and it is not the space in between these two walls, and it is not also the doors, it is not the place outside the door. Whatever that place is called Garbhagriha. Do you understand now? मतलब ये सब नहीं है, ये सब नहीं है, उसके बाद जो बचा है वो गर्भगृह है. Correct? That is the only way you will be able to understand what it is. And you will appreciate it only when you know the meaning of this statement, what he has actually told. Then you will know, there is no other way actually but to tell it like this. Good. So let us see what it is. So he says first one is Shariratraya is what is the topic which is going to start now. We have three bodies. Shariratraya, we have a gross body, we have a subtle body, we have a causal body. Okay. So he says, because the words which he has used is Sthula Sukshma Karana Sharira Vyatiriktaha. So three things have been considered. Sthula, Sukshma, Karana. तीनों का मीनिंग मालूम नहीं. Then the fourth word used is Panchakosha Atita. Okay, fourth word Panchakosha. ये क्या है मालूम नहीं. But this one word equal to 5 words है ना. So 3 plus 5. ठीक है. Then Avastha Traya Sakshi. So I don't know 3 avasthas, so another 3. So 3 plus 5 plus 3. कितना हुआ? 11. Okay. And then 3 qualities of that stuff. I am loosely putting the word 3 qualities. Otherwise you will not even understand that. And later on I will tell it is not called qualities. Right now I am telling it is qualities. And later on I will say it is not called qualities. Okay. So 3 qualities of that stuff. भगवान कैसा है, बहुत बढ़िया मूर्ति है, फूल वूल डाला है, ये है, वैसा है, वो है, all that. 3 qualities. Whatever that thing is called Atma. So how many things you have now? 14 things. And each thing has to be understood now. If you understand these 14 things, then hopefully you have at least got some idea of what we are calling as Atma. Are we able to get that? And this is the way we can go to Atma, because Atma cannot be defined. How do you define zero? Can someone define zero? For defining zero, what will you say? What that is not 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity and minus 1 and all up to infinity, and which is a whole number. What is remaining is called zero, right? What is the other way of defining zero? Think about it. There is no other way to define zero. Exactly like that it is. So we have to see all these things, and then it gets defined that this is Atma. Okay, so let us slowly get into it and start uncovering. And as we start uncovering, the subtlety and toughness will start little increasing. By the time you have also become very more focused and you start grasping it much better. The gross mind would have started becoming little more subtle mind. वो चपाती का आटा को हम अभी जो गूंथ रहे हैं ना, धीरे धीरे और सॉफ्ट होएगा, धीरे धीरे और सॉफ्ट होएगा. Then immediately you put 1 drop of what oil, it will just get absorbed. So we will make that mind to become ready like that chapati का आटा, that then later on we say this is Atma, tap करके अंदर चला गया. Okay, and that is what we will do it now. Are we clear? So don't lose your patience. This has to go on. Don't think that भाई किधर क्या चालू करके किधर जा रहे. We are going to go into a big round trip मार के वापस आएंगे आत्मा में. And I will tell you, if you have got lost, don't worry, you are in safe hands. When you come back to Atma, I will tell now we have come to Atma. If you have missed it out. ठीक है, चलो. So Sthula Shariram Kim? And he gives an answer. Panchikrita Pancha Mahabhutaih Kritam Satkarmajanyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam Shariram. Avasthat. Yes. अस्ति जायते विवर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यतीति षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूल शरीरम. So now there is a definition of स्थूल शरीरम. And how does it define? And till now whatever definition you have, you will have to थोड़ा पुड़ी बांध के साइड पे रखना पड़ेगा. You will have to go with how Shastras define and not with our common logic and knowledge. Okay, Shastras define anything which is sthula is very, very simple. That thing which I can perceive and someone else can perceive. I can perceive and someone else can perceive is called sthula. When I say perception, I have got 5 antennas. Yes or no? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. These 5 antennas can catch them. Taste, touch, form, then hearing and smelling. So these are my 5 antennas, how I know the world. And whatever I can perceive and someone else can perceive the same is called sthula. Okay. Now understand there is a difference between what we call gross as per science and gross as per Shastras. अगरबत्ती का सुगंध as per science स्थूल है कि सूक्ष्म है? Is it gross or subtle?
Subtle.
And what do we define? Whatever you can perceive and whatever I can perceive, that is called sthula. So for both of us, this particular attribute is a gross attribute. Are we able to get this? Okay. If I tell of any solid object, everyone will accept because we are all seeing it. But that is true for hearing, that is true for everything. So don't come and tell me air is subtle. No. I can feel the air, you can feel the air, so it is gross. Are we able to get this? Right? Okay. Now let us go by how he has defined it. Panchikrita pancha mahabhutaihi kritam sat. Panchikrita pancha mahabhutai. That there is a process which we will learn later on, which is called as process of grossification. The process of grossification, how things gets grossified, and that process is called panchikaranam. Panchikaranam process means it is a process of getting grossified. स्थूल बनने का process को पंचीकरणम बोलते हैं. So that which is already passed through that process, which is called panchikrita, of what? What has got grossified? Pancha mahabhutaihi. Okay. Pancha mahabhuta are what? Akashad vayuhu vayor agnihi agnerapah advyah prithvi. Correct? Space, air, water, fire, water and earth. Okay. Did we earlier talk about these 5 before? No. Anyway, I will take about this later in Sukshma Sharira. But we all know that these 5 are the 5 elements. These 5 elements combine to form elementals. In different proportion, they combine to form elementals. And that elementals, when they are formed and grossified, this formation of elements to elementals and mixing up of elementals to that final perceptible thing is called Panchikaranam. So we have 5 raw materials. They are mixed in different proportions, and then you get various objects. And all these various objects is what everyone perceives it all around the world, and that is called Sthula Shariram, Sthula Prapancham. That is why that word Prapancha means what? What is Pancha? Pancha Mahabhuta. Prapancha means just 5 Mahabhutas in different proportion is called Prapancha. It's a very simple way to understand it. So that 5 things, when they mix up, this gross body is there. That same 5 things, it mixes up in different proportion, is what I see this whole universe. Correct? And I see it, you see it, everyone sees it. If this is red in color, you also see it's red in color, so it is gross. Correct? Panchikrita pancha mahabhutai kritam sat. Sat means it exists. You can't doubt its existence. It exists. Now comes the next word, karmajanyam. Here we are referring to our body. We are not referring to inanimate things which are gross. We are referring to our body. Why is my body different than your body is different than someone else's body, and why the ability of the bodies are different? Why is it that one is a male body, one is a female body? Why? And for which the answer is karmajanyam. That is the reason why it is different, because of your own earlier karmas. You have got this particular body, either very beautiful or very very ugly, or in between khatta meeta. Sometimes you are beautiful, sometimes you are ugly, sometimes you are fair, sometimes you are dark. Whatever you want, you say, it is your karma janyam. Because of your karma, you have got that. Now you understand why only I get migraine and a back pain and why you don't get it. Now you understand why my knees pain and your knees don't pain. Why I have a spectacles and you don't have a spectacles. Karma janyam. Simple. What I have done, I am going to get it back. Same way, if I have got something very good, I got a very beautiful body, I have got everyone comes and says, oh, what a lovely, you are Miss World, Miss Universe, means what? Karma janyam. That is also karma janyam only. Right? So whatever it is my karma which has given me this body. Right? So now, which means one is the material cause and one is that cause which is giving that particular form and that ability, which is that your own karma. So if there is called samanya karana, that is common reason, is pancha mahabhutas. So everybody is made up of pancha mahabhutas. Then why my body is different than your body? That also need to have a reason, right? My abilities are different than your abilities. Why? And the reason is karma janyam. So the material being the same, abilities differ because it is coming because of my own karmas. Are we clear now? See how Sthula Sharira gets defined? Panchikrita Panchamaha Bhutaihi Kritam Sat Janyam Sat Karma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam. The word Ayatanam means housing. A house is called Ayatanam. Ayatanavan Bhavati. Ayatanam means house. Now there needs to be a house to exhaust your sukha and dukkha. When I am happy, it needs to be expressed, it needs to be experienced by a body. When I am sad, it needs to be experienced by a body, and hence that becomes the housing for my experiences. Are we able to get this now? So it starts telling that samanya karanam due to which it is made. that Vishesha Karanam due to which it has certain abilities, then what is the reason why it is there? What is the purpose of it to be there? Is to exhaust my Sukha and Dukkha by what? Bhoga. I have to experience it and exhaust it. I can't simply imagine. Suppose you say that no, I felt Sukha in my dream and I felt Dukkha in my dream. No. In that real world, that pain, if it comes, then only that Dukkha is being experienced. Then only the Sukha is being experienced. And that you will have to experience, for which you need a body. And that body is called the housing, and that housing is called Sthula Shariram. Very clear? So now parts of my body I can see it, certain parts I cannot see it. If you say that, do you have a liver? Do you have a kidney? You cannot say, no, I did not see it, so I don't have it. No, there is no way. Everyone knows you have it. And if you want to see it, you go and ask a doctor, he will cut open, take a picture and show it to you. Oh, this is your kidney, this is your liver. So everyone knows it is there. It is functioning. I can feel it. I can understand it. So very clearly they are all part of the gross body. Correct? Now I am going to read that Sanskrit shloka and you will know the meaning very clearly. Correct? Panchikrita Panchamahabhutaihi Kritam Sat Janyam Sat Karma Janyam Sukha Dukkhadi Bhoga Ayatanam. Okay. Shariram, the word Shariram comes from which actually nashta hota hai. Shariryate iti shariraha. It completely, something which can get destroyed is called Sharira. That is the beauty of it. The word is coming that way. So we all keep saying, Mera sharir ko kuch hona nahi manta hai. It is called oxymoron statement. The word Sharira means uska nasht hone wala hai at a period of time, and you say Mera sharir ko kuch nahi, I am immortal. Never it is going to happen. Never. We can write on bond paper, whoever has said I will be immortal are not available today to say they are immortal. Means what? Including, if someone can show me a body of Hanuman, Vibhishana, Bhishma or whoever who are called Chiranjeevis, where are they today as a physical body? Can you show that this person is Vibhishana, this person is Hanuman? No, not available. Means what? The body will have to go and will have to decay. Correct? That means what are the properties of the body? And the next line says, Asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyatiti shad vikaravat etat sthula shariram. These six are inevitably present in this body. What are the six? Asti. It is present as a, what do you call, as a, during conception it gets as a zygote. When it comes in, it is as a zygote, it's called asti. That is called asti. Don't think that haddi ko asti bolte. No. Asti means it is present. Because without that being present, further multiplication will never happen. That unicellular presence is called asti. Correct? During conception, you have a single cell which comes, right? Then that multiplies. And that is how you get the 2.5 kg big body coming out from the mother's womb. So that is called asti. Then what happens? Jayate, it comes out. That jayate is what is called delivery. So before jayate, was it there or not there? 100% it was there. How it was there? Asti. It was gross, but it was not available for us to see because it was gift wrapped. When the right time comes, from the gift wrapper is opened out, discovered, and it comes out. And that is called Jayate. And that day, is what every year you will bring a cake, put some candles, you will blow it and say, I was born, I was born, I was born. Correct? That is called asti jayate. Then what happens? Every day I consume good food. Vardhate, vardhatam, vardhatam, बढ़ने दो भाई. Till 80 kgs, 100 kgs, 120 kgs बढ़ते रहने दो. कमी किधर है अपना? Correct? बढ़ते रहेगा. First you increase this way, then you increase this way, then you start increasing this way again. है कि नहीं? तो पूरा एक बैरल जैसा हो जाने का. वर्धते, वर्धता, एंड एवरीवन विल से वर्धी होने दो, अच्छा होने दो, अच्छा से दूधो नहाओ पूतो फलो, वेरी गुड, बढ़ने दो. व्हाट डू दे मीन? 60 kg should become 80 kg is what they mean. Eat good food and store it. Vardhate. Then what happens? Viparinamate, changes. परिणाम होता है उसमें. विपरिणमते, विशेषेण परिणामः. Every moment it is changing, isn't it? Tell me, yesterday how many hairs you had and today how many hairs you have. If you say it is the same, then I will say झाड़ू मारा तो कितना बाल निकला. है कि नहीं? निकलता ही है, दूसरा आता ही है. Nails grow, skin becomes old, hairs keep falling, teeth will go after some days. So this change will be there. Change is always there. Correct? And to arrest that change, how much effort we put. Do you know that the whole industry is based on arresting this change? Fair and Lovely, वो पाउडर, ये पाउडर, वो करो, ये करो, एंटी रिंकल, एंटी पिंपल. Why? No viparinamate. Even at the age of 80, I should look like 18. Don't ask, what is my age? No. Our Swamiji says, you know, when you understand the age, ask them to climb stairs, the actual age will come out. Ask a person to climb stairs, then you know what is the age. And that is what is the reality. Because we cover ourselves so much, hair dye, chalu. I want to show something, what reality which I know I don't want anyone to see. Why? Viparinamate is an absolute thing which happens every day, every moment. Correct? Apakshiyate. Next one. No one wants to hear this. सड़ने वाला है. अपक्षीयते means decay. है कि नहीं? कोई सुनने को तैयार नहीं है ये. नहीं. How can it happen to be? If you have shariram, it will happen to you also. And last is vinashyati. It completely disintegrates. So what are the things? Asti, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, then apakshiyate. Downfall starts. ग्राफ ऊपर गया, अभी उसके बाद धीरे से ग्राफ नीचे शुरू हो जाएगा. And vinashyati iti shad vikaravat. That changes 6 changes, whatever will be there for every sthula sharira.
Sir, can you please repeat the 6?
Asti,
Jayate,
Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati, Iti Shad Vikaravat. Asti, to be present or to exist. Jayate, to come out. Okay, to be born. Vardhate, to grow. Viparinamate, changes, which will have changes. Apakshiyate, which will slowly start disintegrating or decaying. And vinashyati, which will completely die off. Okay, it will go back to the
Thank
Pancha
you, sir.
Mahabhutas.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So asti jayate vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti षड्विकारवत् etat sthula shariram. So one big learning, अगर गुड़गा दुखता है, wink at it and say अस्ति जायते वर्धते विपरिणमते अपक्षीयते विनश्यति इति षड्विकारवत्. Why is it paining? Satkarma janyam. That's all. Karma janyam. Its nature is viparinamate apakshiyate. For that should not I do anything? You should do everything. You are responsible to take care of the body. But you can't be crying that even after I have taken care, it is not improving. That is not in your hand. Why? That is karma janyam. It will never be in your hand. So don't try to do anything which is a magic. No magic. If someone says that I will give you something, you tie it and you will always be eternal youth. Wait for that person to die and then decide. If that person is dead, then never wear it. Hey, someone who says something will happen needs to first prove it on that person, right? It will never work. Someone says, okay, I am living for 400 years. Okay, 500th year you will die. That is a reality. Okay. So, asti jayate vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti षड्विकारवत् etat sthula shariram. And that is called gross body. So we have seen the reason why gross body comes. We have seen what is the special reason why it is different for different people. We have also seen what is its true job and what are the phases it goes through. Are we able to get that? Isn't the Shastras giving us a very clear picture which is common for everyone, irrespective of animals, human beings, trees, anyone, including an amoeba, will go through asti jayate vardate viparinamate apakshiyate vinashyati iti with minor modification based on that janma. Okay. So, certain changes will be there, certain things will get quick and very fast because the total time frame is very less. So things will happen accordingly. Clear? Good. So it is 9 o'clock. If we have doubt on sthula shariram, you can ask. Otherwise, we should take care of the sthula shariram by eating food. Right? Otherwise, how will vardate happen? Hai. So 9 o'clock ho gaya hai. Any questions you ask, otherwise we will stop it here because the next topic is going to be Sukshma Shariram, which I don't want to start it today. It will take a longer time. It requires some time to tell, like the Sthula Shariram. Any questions? Let me know. Till now. Chalo. Om Purnamadav. Yeah, you had a question? Anyone had a question?
Yes, sir. इसके definition can you explain in one line?
No, there is no one line to it. You write your own line the way you want. See, have you understood the components?
Yes.
You have understood now. You make your own sentence and that is the right line. Because everything will come fit properly. I have not written a meaning to read it out to you. No. You write it the way you want. There is nothing, because once you know the meaning, you will properly form it and that is correct only. That can't be wrong. Okay? Ciao. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Okay. So next Sunday, next Saturday, we will not have the class. I will put it on the WhatsApp group also. Next Saturday, we do not have the class. We have our 3 days Ayyappa Puja function on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I will send you an invitation. Again, the connection for in Zoom is the same. Same way YouTube connections will be there in the link itself there. You can, anytime you all want, you all can connect on it, right? So all are invited. Please do come. But next Saturday we will not have our class. We will commence the class back on, I think 20th or whatever that date is. Whenever. Uska next Saturday, right? Yeah. 12th के बाद 19th. Sorry, 19th we will commence our next class. Till that, take care of Sthula Sharira. Okay. Ciao.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Dhanyawada.
Dhanyavad.
Shubharatri. Ram Ram.
Yeah.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.